Welcome, Hagerman community. This is Bryan Whitmarsh, your new chairman on the board for the school district. And I wanted to do a quick little YouTube video because we want to get our story out. We want to help the community be more informed about what's taking place at the district. So I'm going to test this out. You know, social media is a great sounding board, and going to test this out. I haven't done a YouTube video before, so bear with me. This could be interesting. But hopefully it's interesting enough for you to watch the whole video. I'm going to go through kind of what a background, who am I, and then talk about the last 5 years of our school district, and then kind of talk to you about what we want the next 5 years and the excitement we have for the future of Hagerman School District. First of all, who am I? Yes, I am not a local Hagerman resident. In fact, I'm kind of a city boy at heart, and so I was going to college at Northwest Nazarene College. It used to be called College in Nampa, Idaho. And I remember this cute girl that my roommate and I saw playing volleyball for Northwest Nazarene College. And I remember we kind of made a bet that, okay, you know, one of us is going to ask her out. And I got first dibs to ask her out, but I got a time frame. And my buddy Scott's like, okay, you've got until this date to ask Christy out. And so I came up to like the last day, and I finally got the courage up to ask her out. And this is a local Hagerman family, a daughter from Hagerman from the Babington family, so Christy Babington. We dated, and then she took me to go see the parents. So this is the first time I got to see Hagerman, Idaho. I fell in love with Hagerman. I love the outdoors. I love the river. Boating, hunting, fishing, you know, we really have a paradise here. So it's pretty amazing. And so, you know, things progressed. We continued to date. I remember that first time that I did visit, this is how city I am. I was in, we'll call it the library, right? It's the place that has a throne that you go to. You may even be watching this YouTube video on the throne in the library. I remember there was this really cool magazine. I picked it up and I started thumbing through it, and it had all these cool tractors and all this technology. I'm a technology guy. Has all these tractors and cool technology, cool pictures. And I came out of the library, and I remember talking to Lynn and Kathy Babington and Christy, and I'm like, oh, you know, I love that magazine that you have in the library, and it's AG. And, you know, they kind of chuckled because city boy, you know, 2 big letters, AG. I just figured it was an acronym, or it was AG. Well, ag, right? Okay. Well, fast forward, I know what ag is now, and we have an awesome program, you know, led by Daniel Knapp and others from an ag perspective. So I've been educated there. But anyways, that's kind of a funny story. Since then, you know, I have been countrified. Love living here. From a perspective of what's my background, from a work history perspective, I'm in technology, and I could try to explain to you what I do, but even my friends, they don't even know what I do, and they just say, I don't know what he does, whatever. But I do work in the technology field. I'm a product manager, and I work in the private sector. So, you know, huge company, Broadcom, you know, multi-billion-dollar company. The only thing consistent in my work is change. There's always change happening. So I embrace change. We have a kind of a saying at our work that you want to fail fast. So as long as you're trying to make progress, if you're doing things to try to improve the product or improve the work environment, and you fail, it's fine, right? Learn from your mistakes, fail quick, and then pick up and learn from that experience. So I've tried to bring, you know, some of that culture to the school district. Obviously, you know, sometimes I get a little out of control, and, you know, the superintendent and district clerk kind of reel me back in and say, Brian, you can't do that. I'm like, okay, well, what can I do? But I'm excited about the change that we've seen in the last 5 years and the change that we want to see in the next 5 years. So let's go on and talk about the last 5 years and what I experienced. I like to tell stories because that's how I relate. I remember the first school board meeting that I went to. It was about 5 years ago. And the place was packed. And unfortunately at that time, the school district had fallen into some hard times financially. And I remember sitting in the back of the room, that library was packed. I remember looking at those board members going, man, I would never want to be one of those board members. Yeah, fast forward 5 years and I'm on the board. But anyways, I remember that, there was some really tough questions that were being asked and had to be answered because of the district falling into a state where, if funding went away for a little while, which it does sometimes, we couldn't, as a district, write checks for salaries. So that's a bad situation to be in. Fast forward 5 years, we're now very financially strong. It's been great. The administration has brought us to a point where we now can be over 90 days. Funding stopped for 30 days because it was delayed, or someone in Congress or whatever put a hold on something. We could survive for more than 90 days, and that was the goal of the district. Administration has done a great job getting us to that point. It wasn't easy, right? When you get frugal, people get a little mad at you sometimes, but we've done a great job. Props to Crest for doing that, and Betty for doing that. Now, the other thing I remember vividly at that board meeting was a guy get up, and he's like, I live in the district, and I don't feel comfortable with the education. I'm not sending my kids. They're going to another school. I think it was in Gooding, and show me that you're going to improve things so that I feel confident in bringing my kids to school, to the district. That person was Kurt Martin, right? And fast forward 5 years, Kurt's kids are going to our district, going to our school, and he's leading a program in the food science program. Great things are happening there. Love that. That's something that is an offering very unique to Hagerman, and we are giving kids skills for being able to get into positions, jobs, and just be able to cook. That's fundamental. I definitely eat, so we love to cook. So that to me, and from a test score perspective, we've seen proficiency ratings. Now, proficiency is basically you have these ISAT scores, and kids get a 1, 2, 3, or 4, and the state doesn't consider a kid proficient unless they score a 3 or a 4, we started off with some fairly low proficiency ratings, and those thanks to the teachers and the programs that have been going on, we have been building those proficiency ratings, and even year over year. Last year we saw a 43% increase in number of proficiency students that are proficient, rating a 3 or 4. Great progress. We're excited to see what the results are for this year, to even get more continued proficiency, but we're making progress. We still have a ways to go, right? We can always get better, and we can always increase our test scores and learning and all that. But that's something to be said about what's happened in the last 5 years from an education perspective. So props to the teachers and the administration for getting us on the right track that way. Now, I want to talk about the next 5 years. I'm excited. I've been on the school board for, I think it's 2 or 3 years. You elected me. You didn't know it probably, but you did. I ran unopposed. But anyways, the fact is that now I'm the new chairman. Welcome, Brian, to be the new chairman. I've been it for like 30 days and already had a pretty. It's been eventful. Let's just say that, okay. And so, but I'm excited about what we can do and what we can help with. And support from the district perspective for the next 5 years. And I got excited. I watched a keynote session. We'll just call him Mr. or Dr. Joe S. because I can't pronounce his last name. But there was 4 individuals from our district that took personal time to spend the night, go down to Boise and attend these conferences. Troy Easterday, Vicki Owsley, Mrs. Slossaball, and Amy Gossi. They went down because they want to better themselves, right? And they heard about this Idaho Education Technology Association seminar, and they've sent me a link to the actual keynote speaker. Now, I'll send you a link. I'm going to try to post it, acting like I know how to use YouTube, but I've seen them do this, right? They point up in the corner, and there's going to be a link to a video. It's probably going to be in the comments because I probably won't know how to do that. But anyways, you should watch this. This is exciting. This is he's a superintendent in a district, not in Idaho, but he has implemented some things that have been very powerful, and some things that really resonated with me when he talked were things about getting information out to the community. First thing it says, in the absence of knowledge, people are going to make up their own. And for us, what does that mean? That means in the absence of us actually telling you the cool things that are going on in the district, you're going to make up what you think is going on and what you think our position is and what you think our administration is supposed to be doing. And that's not always good, right? I've seen it in communities where, we're pretty good storytellers. And so we definitely want to not be the silent folks. We want to get out there. This is, maybe one form. Maybe 3 people will watch this. If 10 people watch it, then maybe it was valuable. But we want to continue to get this out into the community. My computer just froze. So okay, there, I'm back. Social media. People watch. They look at Facebook. They look at these things. So we're going to try this out. So give me comments. Did you like it? Was it a waste of your time? Did I ramble on too long? Okay. Anyways, let's continue to go on with the next 5 years. We're obviously going to be electing a new superintendent and grade school principal. We're going to get you, the community, involved in that. We have a ISBA, which is our Idaho School Board Association. It's a group that we're a member of, and they will help us out with this search. So they are going to run the whole selection process, and we will be intimately involved. Now, the board is the one that votes, but we'll talk about how do we get community involvement. We're going to have some meet and greets to where you can meet the candidates. But this is very, very important, right? We need to pick the right superintendent for the next 5 years that can help continue to drive change and excitement. I mean, watch this video, but you can just see the passion and the excitement in Dr. S's voice and things. Some of the other things that I drew out of it is the ability to tell, short stories through video, through posts. But, we could set a goal to say, post 5 positive things that are taking place in the district each month. I'd love it to be 5, every week or 1 a day. But, we all have our day jobs. And I have mine. It starts here pretty soon. But anyways, we want to get out and talk to you about the positive things. Now, if you've been to our school board meetings, a lot of them, I'm sorry, because they've taken a very long time. But hey, 4 or 5 years ago, when I first joined the board, nobody came to our board meetings. Now we have a great involvement. I love it. Please keep continuing to come. And we're going to try to make them shorter, right? We're working on things using digital, using Google Docs, shortening our meetings, getting more to the point of what the board's supposed to be doing, looking at policies, reviewing policies, voting on things for the district. But we also want to hear more from the students. So the idea of having students and have them come to our board meetings and tell the community, tell us what exciting things are taking place. So we want to try to challenge our students and our faculty to highlight those ideas. In fact, I've got one for Mr. Knapp because I'm new and I don't really know how to run a meeting, and so he's got this parliamentary procedure. I think I said that right. But they know how to run a meeting, and they know how, it's not, I make a motion, it's I move. And I'm sure Mr. Knapp cringes every time he watches one of our board meetings. So, hey, bring them to our board meeting. They're in a contest pretty soon. And I'll post, maybe they're going to come to the next one, but help them run our meeting. Tell them, what we're doing wrong, what procedures. But I remember a young gal that came to our board meeting. I apologize, don't remember her name, but she was talking about a program that she had done to eliminate waste. I think it was like plastic utensils. And so as she researched it, worked with the lunchroom faculty, and said that she would, if we use real silverware versus plastic, she would find a way to get it washed and, help the environment. That was impactful. We love to hear from our kids, and so we need to be telling our story. So that's another thing. So, maybe 5 non-athletic related positive posts each month. Maybe we get a hashtag Go Pirates, just kind of, get excited about this. But as a board, we want to continue to see progress. We want to continue to see change. We have an awesome PTV group, and the community, and they have worked with us on building our continuous testing plan. That is something that in the past has kind of been more static, and we kind of didn't refer to it a lot. But we are improving it. We're going to post a new one, and that is from feedback from the community, from PTV, from a lot of other individuals that we can really own and buy into. And there's some great goals that we want to set, and we want to hold, hold accountability on it, that we are making progress. Again, let me know if you like this, if this medium works for you. And so I appreciate the few minutes that you spent with me. Probably too many minutes. I apologize. I rambled on. I'm going to try to do at least one a month, and I'm going to give you a review of like what happened in the board meeting. So I'll hopefully do it the morning after the board meeting. I'm gonna give you kind of the highlights for those that weren't able to go to the board meeting, so that you know what's taking place. Because there's really cool things you don't know about it, so maybe you just assume there's not much going on. We want to change that perception as a board. And so those of you that continue to go to our board meeting, please keep coming, and more, please keep coming. We will make it shorter, funner, more interesting, more stories from the kids. But we really appreciate all the involvement. We appreciate the teachers, the progress that's gone on so far. We don't tell people we appreciate them enough, so we're going to highlight more teachers. We're going to highlight more cool things that are taking place, and we're just working to build a better future for the community, a better future for our kids here in Hagerman. So hey, thanks for watching. Click a like if you like this. Give me comments. Yeah, you can make fun of me. That's fine. I'm thick-skinned, but hey, have a great day. Talk to you later. All right, it's me again. If you hung on for those 16 minutes, it was supposed to be 5. I greatly appreciate it. I'll try to make the next one shorter. I've also kind of noticed that I was pounding on the desk a lot, so I'll cut that out. Yeah, this is a learning experience. Provide feedback. Like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel. So subscribe to that so you can get updates, and I think you can set it so that it notifies you when there's new things posted. Again, thanks for hanging on. Bear with us. This is version 1. We will continue to refine and improve this. Again, this is the ability to communicate our message out to the community on the awesome things that are taking place at the district. Have a good day.